I think it could have a significant impact simply because people need to check where their polling station is, and the voter turnout was high, or at least ensuring that voters that were turning up to vote, not to suggest that people haven't found it easy to vote. I think it could have a significant impact simply because people need to check where their polling station is, and the only there's several ways to do it, I'm sure, but the only way that I know of is through contacting 8300 and sending 8300 an SMS. When we get that information is when we figure out where we need to go, and that's how people vote. So if there is any kind of dramatically lower turnout, and we'll only know this later tonight, what the actual turnout is, but one of the ways in which that could be interpreted is the suspension of cellular phone services. Voter turnout being low will definitely make the credibility of the election that much more challenging. And so I think the authorities would have been better served by ensuring that voter turnout was high, or at least ensuring that voters that were turning up to vote found it easy to vote. Now, the mobile phone and cellular phone services suspension is one aspect of potential voter turnout suppression. The other, of course, is all of the pre-poll shenanigans that have taken place, the judicial activism that has produced jail sentences for the former Prime Minister, Imran Khan, but also a slew of arrests and really the harassment of people in the PTI. Not everybody, but certainly enough candidates of the PTI have complained about how difficult they found it to campaign. So I think it's going to be tough to sell to PTI voters a credible and fair and free process when they've been complaining about that process for several weeks, several months. On the voting day, it would have been very useful to have had every effort to ensure high voter turnout and voter facilitation. Now, all of this is not to suggest that people haven't found it easy to vote. My own experience in Islamabad and the experience of my entire family, we were spread across 3 or 4 different polling booths, polling stations, because of changes of address over the last couple of years. And all of us found it very easy. We were welcomed by polling agents from different parties. Wherever all of us went, and different members of the family voted for different parties. But I also know that in Karachi, for example, the news is not as rosy, and there's many parts of the country, like Balochistan, like some of the tribal areas, where there are restrictions on women voting, there is potential violence and fear, and there's very, very low turnout. So, as always, Pakistan is a huge and a very diverse country, and so we're going to see mixed sort of turnout as far as, or mixed feedback on the nature of turnout.